Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello friends, back to the Cahaya Hadis with Shakira. In this episode, we begin to enter into a new theme that is quite sensitive but very important to understand, namely talak and river in Islam. The first topic that we will discuss is about talak barin kubro. Throughout the true story of one of the noble Sahabiyah, Fatimah binti Qais, this hadith was narrated by Imam Muslim. Fatimah binti Qais said, Tolakoni zawji salasa fa'ataitun Nabiya sallallahu alaihi wasallam faqala la nafaqata laki wala sukna. Meaning, my husband divorced me 3 times. So, I went to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he said, you have no right to a living or a place to live. Hadis riwayat Muslim. In this case, Fatimah received 3 talaq and once, which is Islamic law is called talaq barin kubro. This means that the marriage bond between husband and wife is completely severed and cannot be reversed back unless the woman marries another man and there is a legal divorce from him. The Prophet ﷺ explained that after talak bain kubro, a wife is no longer entitled to support or residence from her ex-husband because the status of the relationship no longer exists, but there are still exemptions, such as if the wife is pregnant or breastfeeding. This is very important in the practice of Islamic justice, including in religious courts in Indonesia. The ruling of talak barin kubro is the basis that certain rights of the husband no longer apply and the woman is completely free to continue her life, including to remarry after the iddah period is over. So, from this hadith, we learn that Islam is very clear in giving boundaries and rules regarding divorce, including distinguishing between which divorce can still be reversed to and which are not. Okay, that's our discussion this time. In the next material, we will discuss another example of talak and reversal, namely from the story of Barirah, which has an extraordinary lesson about the freedom of choice and the strength of womanhood. Hello friends, still with me Shakira in the Cahaya Hadis. In the previous material, we have discussed talak barin kubro throughout the story of Fatimah binti Qais. Now, let's move on to a story that is no less interesting, namely the story of Barirah and her husband Mughis. From this account, we will learn about reverence, freedom of choice, and respect for feelings. This hadith was narrated by Abu Dawud and Nasai from Ibnu Abbas radhiyallahu anhuma. Qala lahan Nabiy sallallahu alaihi wasallam law raja'tihi faqalat ya Rasulullah ta'muruni qala innama ana syafi', meaning the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to Barirah, why do you not return to him or Mughis? Barirah replied, wahai Rasulullah, did you command me? He said, I am only a mediator. That is why we have to be careful not to let our guard Abu Dawud and Nasai. The story goes like this. Barirah used to be a slave girl. After this release, his legal status changed and he had full right over himself, including in matters of marriage. Her husband, Mughis, still loves her very much and wants to revert to her. But Barirah chose to spare it, even though the Prophet ﷺ tried to mediate and suggested reconsidering. What is remarkable is Barirah answered. He didn't immediately say yes or no, but he confirmed first Is this an order from the Prophet? And when the Prophet ﷺ explained that it was just a suggestion, Barirah chose not to go back, and the Prophet ﷺ respected his choice. The story shows that in Islam, reverencing is indeed encouraged, but it should not be forced, especially when there is a change in legal status, as in the case of Barirah, who as a slave and then become an independent woman. He has the full right to determine the continuation of his household. The story also confirms that Islam highly values willingness, emotional help, and personal honor in the relationship between husband and wife. Not all referrals are the best solution sometimes. A good goodbye is a form of maturity and self-salvation. Friends, from the story of Fatima binti Qais and Barirah, we learn that talak is not the goal, but the permissible way out when there is no more goodness in marriage. Islam does not consider talak to be a disgrace, but it also does not make it trivial. The Prophet ﷺ teaches us to be wise, fair, and empathetic in responding to separation and several efforts, and most importantly, maintaining the dignity and choice of each party without coercions. Thank you for listening to this episode. In the next episode, we will get into a topic that is often controversial, hudud, criminal law in Islam, such as adultery, theft, and khamar. But calm down, we will discuss it fairly and wisely, based on authentic hadith. I think I am going to go ahead and do it. See you again in Cahaya Hadis. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.